Alright, this is my trade review for Monday. My first, the stocks that I traded was Pins, Tesla, and Apple. I was also watching Square, but Square sort of took off, and I basically just kind of stayed away from it after that. Did have a really big spread, so but Pins, what I liked about it was it had earnings on Friday, had a huge gap down, had a ton of volume within this tight range, so I thought I'd play the range. The bottom of it was $58 here. Price sold off pretty quickly down to 58. I thought I'd get the bounce. Normally I like to see some type of like head and shoulders or consolidation, and I get long on the new 5-minute high or something like that. But I did get in a bit early. Stop was below 58. I got out early. I just kind of didn't really like what I was seeing here. It did eventually give some type of climactic volume here, which was maybe a good indicator that it was going to give some type of bounce, which it did. But just looking at this stock, this is definitely not the kind of stock that I like to trade. This just looks like it has a lot of algos moving it with some short squeezes or something. So just took a small quarter hour loss here and then stayed away from it. Tesla ended up being pretty much my trade of the day here. The daily really made sense to me. We had this, if you can see here, there's multiple things that happened. We had all the electric companies were in play today and gapping up. You had this whole psychological $700 level, which was just in line with this really high volume day this is when it got put into the S&P 500 here, and the high of this day was 695. So 695, 700-ish was sort of the top of this range. You can see it was resistance here multiple times. Then it had some momentum the last few days with volume coming right up to 700, and then it gaps above it. So I was looking to go long for the quote-unquote breakout if it looked like it was staying above 700. And to me, it was a breakout. It had R-vol over 200%. It held 700 really easily, and it had some good asks ladder to the top side. So I definitely wanted to get in on it. Here's what I did at the open. Missed this initial move. Here's your $700 here. You got this nice $13 move here. Its ATR was this line here. It's about 25 bucks. Then what I like to see is a consolidation here that it made. It broke down from the consolidation, but with volume came right back up, wicked up. That was a good indicator for a long, so I got long here with the stop. Actually, my stop was right around here. And then right here, this is a great VPA signal here. I mean, just look at the VPA, lowering volume during this consolidation. And then this wick, you get this nice kind of boost in volume here. And then as soon as it starts going up here, you get this nice VPA continuation strength here. So this was just beautiful for your flags and ABCDs here. So what I did was, as soon as I saw this happen, I didn't partial because I told myself, well, this is gonna potentially get to the ATR area. So it pulls back to the top of this. I add in. I would have stopped out of this add right around here, and I would have kept this one had it pulled back more. Had it pulled back here, I would have held on to this one and then maybe added in again had it got back above this, but this held right here perfectly, went up. I did partial right away up here. I was a little worried. There was a big ask at 715, but clearly it just ripped right through that. Partialed again, and then two more partials to get all out here. I got my last partial was right at ATR. Both of my last two partials were right at 1 ATR, so that worked out really well. I did unfortunately try it a few more times here. I didn't really mind this second attempt here. You got this kind of head and shoulders to me. You got a shoulder, you got a head, double bottom, right around VWAP where price can bounce from. Then you get the other shoulder. I get in long here, partial right at the top of the shoulder, and then partial again, add in, thinking it was going to go up to this 725 high a day again, but it didn't. So then I got stopped out, and I kept trying it about 3 more times here, so that this was probably okay, but here this was a waste, and I could feel myself getting impatient and kind of upset with myself, and that's not good. And so I kind of journaled a little bit, wrote that down, noticed that I was getting upset, and that's just something I need to not do. Is, you know, if I'm going to do this, okay, but I can't be doing this and getting upset at the same time, because this can be a downhill thing for me the rest of the day. I could give a lot of my profit back with other trades if I let this kind of affect me. So that was sort of a good experience of me kind of calming down and then stopping trading that, especially because it didn't keep going and I might have lost some more here. My other trade was on Apple. I'm pretty happy with this trade. It wasn't anything special. It was sort of a range, within the range boundary trade. You had these last few days created a range here. Top of this was right around 146.50. And then the bottom to me was right around 144. So you had 3 days with inside days. Price was nearing the top of it. It did wick up, and I wanted to see it reject it or reverse. And so if I could get in that properly, I was thinking that I could get it potentially down here to 144 or maybe in the middle. So I think that was a good kind of within the daily range bounce trade. This is definitely a different trade. I'm trying to differentiate the difference between this kind of trade and the Tesla trade in terms of like the tape, because the Tesla was clearly a breakout with momentum, buyers were stepping up, etc., whereas this one was, you know, the RVOL was sort of decreasing, and I wanted it to stay somewhat lower, because for it to stay within the range, it's not going to have higher RVOL. If for some reason price got above this and then moved up, I probably would see a higher RVOL here. So you're just going to see different tape action in these kind of trades where it stays within the daily range. So I'm trying to work on that and take some notes on the differences of that. So so that was my overall idea. So then what I saw intraday here, price did sell off really quickly. You could have got a good short here at the open. Then it double bottoms, comes up, still looks weak because you have VWAP pushing down. It's still under pre-market low, sort of compressing here with higher lows and higher highs. However, it's getting tighter and tighter. So I was looking for some kind of waterfall just like this, which I liked. And so what happened here was pre-market low was holding. I get short. My stop was up here. I got a little spooked, got out a bit early, tried it again. It did waterfall from there. I really liked this. I had this big wick here, which was kind of scary, and it bounced here. But then this 146 whole dollar level and VWAP kind of converged. I saw big ask kind of show up. It wouldn't lift, wouldn't really get filled too much. So then I got short, added in. So basically I got short here with my stop above here, and then pulls back, got short here, added in with my new stop right around here, and then got my partials here at this daily level and then this $half level. And then here I wanted it to keep going for low a day. Didn't really see it doing that. Got a little nervous here, so then I got out of the majority of my position right here. But I was really happy about that because you can see how it did bounce from there. And that's just kind of the thing about these kind of daily range stocks, is they're not breakout stocks. So they are just going to take their time, wick around, range around to the bottom and then to the top, and they're not going to look near as pretty as like a Tesla here, where it just makes beautiful ABCDs. You know, you just have this awesome kind of volume and momentum that us day traders like, and then you get Apple, which is just like you're just in this range, you're in that bigger time frame range, and so it's your best bet really is to trade on the edges, and that's your best bet. You know, otherwise you're going to get wicked around and you're going to lose some money. So I tried to add in with the remaining shares that I had to get one more move down and got stopped out. So overall had a really good day. Definitely Tesla was definitely a playbook trade of mine, one that I have done time and time again. So I definitely should have, even though I added in here, I definitely want to add in more, or these need to be bigger sizes. and make this more of a trade of the week for me as opposed to just a trade of the day, because this is just textbook in my playbook. You got the daily technical level 700. It just makes sense to me. You got the news to combine with it. And then I have these nice ABCD patterns and flags where I should just be getting in here and then getting in heavy here and maybe just holding for a bit more and really making, 10R, 15R potentially is the idea, because I'm just so sure of what this is doing here. And look, I could even tell it was really getting tired here around 725. It's ATR, so I was reading this pretty well. So this is something I'm definitely going to save. Thanks.